You fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. Luckily, Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that the last witness wasn't killed. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. How do we break out? How do we break into it? That's okay. Well, only detective's ID card can unlock the door. But if we let civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. But I'd be canned. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. She's the only chance of getting into that office. Alright, so now we gotta figure out how to get Gumshoe to help us. Up on those files, there's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. I think people are accusing him of injustice. I'm gonna bind it, pal. I was looking into figuring out how to get Edgeworth off the hook. That's loyal of him. I respect that. Loose. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. He was guarding the bloodstain in the evidence locker with his life. It's more than you can say about most officers nowadays. I hate to admit he's right, though. Yay! This undulating abortion saved the day, kinda, sorta. I think I've seen this somewhere before. Maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. That makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Or could I have seen that before? Well, that's good to know. I think we're not getting anything here. Let's move on. See where else is there to go. Oh, okay. I get to see Edgeworth freak out again. There he is. Looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? It's up to court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years of rumors flying around with another alleged allegation to... What's another allegation to me? Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. What it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact. Let's see, the police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as a prosecutor in charge. The fact remains the same no matter what excuse I might have. Poor Edgeworth. I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come down to this? First, last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. List of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Oh, we can show him that, I suppose. Let's show him the picture. This picture was hanging on the wall of Chief Gant's office. Neil Marshall, he had just started making a name for himself. Yeah, I see the difference. I see what's up. Something that's bothering me. Yes. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. Story behind this its design. It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd that claimed it could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield that claimed could withstand any weapon. Objection! Yes, they do, Phoenix. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyways, you mentioned the very description of these items discredits them both. When he pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And that's how the word contradiction was worn in Chinese. Chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so, they symbolize the merchant's items. The merchant are lost for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion. Even if it results in something as ugly as this. We learned something new today! Why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of their world abolished. Interesting. Jade Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend this one. Because he was given the trophy. Those receiving awards can't skip out on ceremonies, can they? I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. This. The screwdriver! Yes, there was a piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Right. That has no meaning for me anymore. That's who I was last year. What good is it to dwell on the past? The other shield in the court record. Let's examine. Hey, Edgeworth. Window there. Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what that girl's doing crawling around my feet. Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, letter of resignation. I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Poor Edgeworth. To do something! Oh, okay. I see. We have it now. We have an item for Gumshoe right now. Excuse me. Will either of you care for a quarter-pound of roast beef? You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. No, it can't be, Phoenix. It's definitely not a coincidence these two cases have been related. Aren't you forgetting something? You know a little scene I happened to witness? Yes, I do remember. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Yeah, we can talk to her a little bit. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. Shut up for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. He must have been going through hell. They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Lana Skye. The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by the legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. It all comes back to Lana and Gant at the end of the day. Every time, it comes right back to those two. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. And with the forging of the evidence. Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found will suddenly reappear, while items were kept secret. I am proof enough of what happened. In that case, all of us state Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most not even so much as an explanation. And then Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Nothing's quite simple as it appears. Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Come back to these two again! Always these two! Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They did solve a lot of cases together. Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he'd handled. Incredible evidence! Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. Well, now that's a strong reason to keep things quiet. Back then, everyone looked up at Lana. All detectives wanted to be like her. Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She did anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from this shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why'd you have to turn so cold after that? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. That's right, having solved the SL9 case, the position was as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. Complete control of the police and law enforcement, from prosecutor to detective. That is dastardly. I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. And all of the puzzle pieces are now coming all into a beautiful mosaic. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create a fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Well, we'll see. First, we gotta talk to Gumshoe. Where is Gumshoe? Oh, you're back. I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. He means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. Not from Street Fighter. Answer still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. You can use... Now, what if I let you know that Edgeworth is going to quit? Uh-oh. No way. Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusts us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we just... He betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. Here, take my ID card. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be fired. So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, we have it now. Chief's off. We're going to the head chef's officer. Officer. And we're in. Time for more ominous organ playing. Gumshoe's a goner. If it happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. Reusable in pocket. Hey, don't do it to my card. I'd rather ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. Nah, we're lucky. Come on, let's see what we can find out. Oh, this is gonna be good. Let's talk to him. Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On the day 2 years ago. Nope, no one's using that chair anymore, motherfucker. The strict policy of preserving the crime scene. It's a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. What a cheery guy. Pretty tough at the time. Since Lana left, no one's ever touched that desk. No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Can I ask you something? You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why'd you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let go at that. You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? I mean, no one. It all goes back to Chief Gant. There's no one else it could be. There you go, ignoring me again. Look at this safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. Number. I have a hunch. It's his ID. It's his ID card. It's his ID card. Remember the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. Yeah, yes, correct. It doesn't have to mean that, but it probably means that. Stashed away. Look, it's a shard from a broken cup. Anything else in here too? Looks like a piece of leather cloth. It's a handprint, isn't it? I don't think so. There were 2 pieces of evidence in that safe. That's good to know. Probably take a fingerprint off the hand cloth. What to do with this case? I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Oh, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Detective Gumshoe, could you have a look at this jar? Put that together. Ah, those are the days. Feast the shards from this jar. That's right, one of the shards has SL9 with a sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know this fragment we just found? Yeah, it's the same jar. Let's see if it fits. We probably shouldn't glue it. Probably shouldn't glue it until, like, you can do it in front of the judge. There it goes. It fits right nicely. Chief Gant knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. Get a load of this. Piece of evidence you just attached. It's different from the others. It's got a very unique, a reddish line on it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? I'd like you to have a look at this. Yeah, that's... And like that. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. It's the handprint on the cloth. Gumshoe, come on, man. All right, let's check for prints. see if we can find a good one. Gotta cake that stuff. Gotta cake it on there. Gotta get a nice saturated powder. That is useless. That is a useless print. Let's try a different one. We got 5 tries at this. Surely one of them is a usable print. That's a good one. A shard. The incident. The one that happened right here in this room. She's right. Like, for everyone who was here that day. It has Emma's fingerprints on it. And she was a witness. These prints are too old. They aren't clear enough for me to get a match. Dark's prints. Don't ask me, but it is relevant. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Sure should, buddy. It's going to be relevant in a court of law soon. Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. We have introduced Emmett's libertarianism, I see. That is unfortunate.